What is going on? Today we have the 2020 Lexus RX 350 F Sport, and I'm going to show you the Lexus Safety System 2.0, the driver assist features, and how they work on this Lexus. Now, before we start this off, I want you to know I have a full detailed review of this. I'll have that in the description below if you want to see that. Otherwise, let's check things out. The Lexus Safety System Plus 2.0 is standard for all of these 2020 Lexus RX models. It's designed to address the three most common accident types: frontal collisions, unintended lane departures, and nighttime accidents. And it does this with 6 standard driver assist systems, being a pre-collision system with automatic emergency braking, including daytime and low light pedestrian detection, daytime bicyclist detection. Also have dynamic radar cruise control that is a full speed range all the way down to a stop, lane departure alert with steering assist, intelligent high beams, road sign assist, and lane tracing assist. And be sure to stick around till the end because we're going to actually go for a test drive and put the radar cruise and the lane departure system to work. And I want you to know the point of this video is just to kind of show you how it works, give you an idea of what it's like to drive with these systems. This is not an autopilot system. You still need to take control and be the one in charge when you're driving, so please drive safely. Now, our steering wheel is where we're going to find the cruise control and the lane keeping settings. So you can just turn the lane keeping system on or off just by pushing that button, and it'll show up on your information display up there. This one right here is for the distance on your radar cruise. There are 3 different settings. You can push it while you're in radar cruise mode to determine what the setting is and how far away you are. Then your cruise control stock is down here, just like some older Lexuses and Toyotas. Very simple. If you don't want radar cruise control, all you gotta do is hold it in a little longer. Otherwise, if you just turn it on automatically, it's just gonna be radar cruise. So if you don't want radar cruise, you can hold that in and it'll just be normal cruise. And one feature that I think is really underrated and actually kind of nice, you might think I'm lazy for this, but it's actually convenient, is the auto windshield wipers. So you have the off, the auto, the low, and the high, and then your intermittent speed here. You just got to have it on auto. So instead of it being off, you just pull it down, and then it'll automatically work based off of what the camera system sees. Okay, now since it's not raining out and there's not a cloud in the sky, I just want to squirt the windshield and see that's how the automatic wipers work. And when it's drizzly out, it'll come on every now and then. When it's raining hard, it'll come on pretty fast, and you can still kind of adjust how sensitive that is as well. Now let's take a quick look at our head-up display, which shows you your driver information features like your radar cruise, your lane keeping, your compass, your tachometer, speedometer, even your road sign assist. And you can adjust this, you can get rid of it, you can raise it up and down, you can change the brightness on it, which is pretty cool. You can even change whether or not that tachometer is down there, or an eco type of meter as well. Now, one way to control some of our settings for our driver assist features is in this information display, and you can scroll over, and first you see this one right here with the car and the lines next to it. That'll show you the status of your radar cruise and your lane keeping system, and it'll also show you on your head-up display, but it'll change the lines and have like a double line when the lane trace assist is active, or it will have no lines to let you know that it doesn't know where the lines are, if there's bad road lines or no lines at all. And then it'll show you the distance between the car in front of you as well. And then you can go over to the little gear for the settings. Let's start up at the top. So you've got your lane tracing, or pretty much your lane keeping system, lane trace assist. You can have the lane centering technology on or off. It can be a little aggressive, so you can turn that off. And if you turn it off, then it'll still have steering assist on, but if you turn steering assist off, it'll turn lane centering off as well. So the steering assist will kick in if you get to the edge of your road marker or the lane marker. It'll just nudge you back into your lane. You can have it alert you or vibrate, and I'm just going to leave it on alert so you can kind of hear when it goes off, so you can see how sensitive it is. You can change the sensitivity of it as well. And then the sway warning, basically, if you're kind of swaying all over the place, it's going to let you know that as well, even if you're not going through your lanes. So, and like I said, you can turn this off. Then we go to our pre-collision system. You can customize this, whether it's on or off, and the sensitivity of it as well. Blind spot monitoring system. In our mirrors, you can turn that off or on through here. You can change how bright it is, and I just have left it on bright so it's easier to see in the daytime. And you can determine how sensitive that is as well, on how far or how close you want the vehicle to be. Now we have our parking sonar system here, the parking assist. There's different names for different brands. You can turn that off or on as well. And one thing that I've noticed in some vehicles, there's just a button that you can push out in the open to where if you're next to something, you're close to something and your parking sensors are going off like crazy and it's annoying. With this, with the steering wheel here, all you have to do is press that center button and it'll mute it temporarily. Below that is the rear cross traffic alert, and we even have rear cross traffic braking. You can determine how loud that is as well. And there's the braking system for backing up. You can turn it off or on. Road sign assist, you can have this off or on. If it recognizes a speed limit and it notices you're speeding, it can let you know. You can have that off or on as well. So a lot of information here. Here's the head-up display that I kind of showed you a little bit ago you can change. So that's how you change your safety systems, your driver assist features in the menu here. Now for your automatic high beams, you have to turn your high beams on like normal, but then you can push this button and it'll show up on the screen whether or not it's active. Like right there, it just told me to turn my high beams on. So, but all you gotta do is push that or turn it off. Now right there, you have the icon that says view on it. If we push that, that's our surround view camera. So when I go ahead and push that view button, right away, it's going to give me a couple options. It's going to show you this view where it kind of circles around the vehicle so you can see how well you are parked in your lines, or wherever you are, you can see right around yourself. And then you can push that and it'll give you almost like an inside out type of view. Very similar type of setting here. So that's pretty cool. And then when you put it in reverse, now we've got a regular backup camera with dynamic lines right here. You can have a wide view camera just like that. I've just kind of left it on the regular view so it doesn't throw me off on how close I am to something in the corner. And then you still have your 360 camera over there. So I'm just going to have the camera sitting here on this little tripod. I'm going to back out and you can kind of see how this works. And you see, even on the panoramic monitor, it shows you pretty much where you're gonna end up going. So if there's a vehicle there and that yellow line is in the way of that vehicle, watch out, because it's telling you you're gonna hit that vehicle. So just a really nice feature to have. And another cool thing is, once you get going forward, you can have it so that it still shows like this, or you can turn this off of auto. So once you get up to speed, it'll go away, but then once you get down to speed, it's not going to come back on. But if you want it to come back on when you get to a certain speed, you can put it on auto and then it will. So I'm going to get up to speed. It'll go away, but then let's say you're parking or you're slowing down for something, it'll automatically come back on. And I've just left it on auto without any troubles. If you're in stop and go traffic, it might get annoying because it'll come on and go off and come on and go off. All right, everyone, we are on a test drive here with this Lexus RX 350. And let's test out that lane keeping system. All right, so the radar cruise control is active now. I've got the blue lines on each side of my little lane keeping system. You might be able to see it down here or up there. This is a really sharp corner, so we're gonna see if it starts to take me around it. And it started a little bit, but then it kind of let off. And there's a wasp hanging onto my mirror. But let me show you what it's like when I kind of get out of my lane a little bit. It's gonna beep, and the steering wheel is starting to nudge me. So that's how that works. You can adjust the sensitivity with it. It doesn't take you around as many corners. Now we'll just kind of see how well it keeps me straight on this straightaway. I'm not using the wheel, but I have my hand here. It's doing most of the work. And I'm gonna grab on because I don't like passing people without full control. We'll see how it does around this. Ooh, boy. Wow. So it doesn't take, it's got to be a pretty gradual turn in order for it to go. And like I said, this is not an autopilot system. This is just for demonstration purposes here. I am always going to have my hands by the wheel to take control. I just want you to see what it can do. We're going to get it out on an interstate in a second. And I had my radar cruise control on in order to have that steering assist active. Now I'm behind this person And I just turned my radar cruise control on, which is silly because I'm right behind this person, but it says waiting, and we're gonna just wait to see what it does when this car goes. I'm gonna go straight, they're gonna turn left. We're gonna get on the interstate and see how it reacts with other vehicles around me, especially the radar cruise system. Okay, green light. I am not pushing on the gas. I don't know if I have to. Wow, that light stayed green for no time, and it didn't go. I thought that these systems would automatically go. Some do, but maybe this Lexus one doesn't. I haven't actually tried it out because I just don't ever trust it that much, but I had to push on the gas, which is probably a good thing. Now, this road kind of has some patchy lines. Some are good, some are bad. It hasn't recognized them yet because there's some gravel covering up that side. So always be alert. Don't depend on the lane keeping system. Always be watching and make sure that you are keeping yourself in your lanes, and it's just a backup for you. But it still hasn't recognized anything on the right side. But here's the thing, when there's a car in front of you and you have your radar cruise on, it's gonna notice that car, and it will keep that car kind of as a guide in terms of a lane keeping system. It'll show a little dotted line, or a line between you and the car in front of you, to show that it's gonna follow that car and not worry about the lanes for the time being. Now let me show you how it accelerates here. I'm gonna put it in sport mode. It's pretty crisp. It just gets going. It's not as fast as some vehicles, but it's very crisp, and you'll have no trouble getting moving. Now we're gonna be merging onto the interstate here, and you'll maybe get to see the blind spot indicators in the mirror go. It looks like it's a little bit crowded, especially for the day that I'm driving and the time, but we'll see how it does. I just got it set to 70. All right, and now I am on the interstate. This semi just went in front of me. It just picked up the fact that I have these lanes here, and it's showing me the one marker space between me and that semi. Now, a lot of problems with some radar cruise controls is that they, and now the actual steering assist is going on, and we'll see how it reacts to that. Ooh, did you see that? It wanted to take me off on that road, but I'm gonna get over. Whoops. I'm gonna speed up the radar cruise just a bit, and we'll see how fast it accelerates. And it's a pretty gradual acceleration right now. So sometimes what I've noticed with this is if I'm behind somebody going maybe 10 under, and then I wanna get over, it takes a little bit. You almost have to give it a little bit of throttle in order to get it going, like you're gonna get your horse moving. Now I'm gonna get in behind this vehicle, and it's slowing me down. I've got 3 spaces now, which is the maximum for the distance between me and them. Now I've got it set to 70. It's got me going 65. It's got my blue line, so it's showing that it's gonna steer me, and you can see it making these little adjustments. It's certainly not perfect though. Now I'm gonna move it up to 1 space, and we'll see how quickly it catches me up to that person. In fact, they're speeding up, so they're kind of ruining this for me. But it'll close the gap at a small pace as well. It's not gonna be anything fast, but I hope you guys kind of got to see how this works. Every time someone's gone by me, the blind spot indicator has gone off as well, which is nice. It shows me everything down there. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, try to get a little closer to this van. And now it has caught me up. I'm a little bit closer with my 1 mark, my 1 space. So that's how it works. The automatic high beams work pretty well. In a windy road situation, they're not great, but let's take a look at a little clip from the full review. All right, let's test out those automatic high beams. Okay, I have those on, and the automatic function. So the high beams are on now. Let's see how this works, because this doesn't always work very well in some vehicles. And perfect, it recognized that car coming, shut them off. Still got some decent visibility here. And they turn back on. And those high beams, those are great. Wow, can you see how well those are lighting things up? And then as we take this turn here, we should get some lighting on the right side of the vehicle. It was a little bit delayed, but we've got some lighting over there. And it just flashed that guy in front of me. So now we are on a road that is it's pretty dark out here, and it just it just kind of flashed that person, not directly, but and it turned them on again, and it turned them off. So it's kind of annoying if you are following somebody, especially on a windy road like this. But it's a good place to test it, right? And like I said, if you want to see the full review, be sure to check that out. Hope you enjoyed this little demonstration. If there's some things that you want to see that I didn't include, like maybe someone standing in front of me and me driving to see if it'll stop, we could maybe try that with someone. Just kidding. We won't try that. But leave your comments down below. Let me know what you want to see in these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.